Lovelies, my name is Jessica and welcome to Makeup.misfit and welcome to this long-awaited update for Panless eyeshadows. It has been a long time coming, but before I dive into it, I'm just going to do a quick little recap, refresh if you will, because it's been a little while. But basically the way I work this project is I'm always working on 4 shades, 3 of those coming from palettes which I have pre-selected for this project, and the shades from them, and the 4th shade is always going to be a single which gets rolled in and out every single month, or at this rate, every single update, no matter what. Usage, no usage, goal hit, goal not hit, does not matter. Just want to rotate through them to get some use on them. And plus, rotating in new shades is the whole fun part of this project, so why not do it monthly? All right, so with that being said, this has been my color story for the past, I guess technically couple of months now. These first 3 shades right here have been from palettes, and these are the 3 that have been in this project since the very beginning, since the intro back in January. And then this shade right here is the single that was rolled in at the last update, so that would have been in April. Now we're gonna start off with the top shade, work our way down, but we're actually going to talk about the first 2 because they both come from this Odens Solmane 2 palette. I have Neptune, which is the blue, and Warm Light, which is the yellow. So first we're just going to chat about Neptune real quick here. As you can tell, there's a little bit of usage in there, but definitely nothing like what Warm Light is looking like. I use that shade on my bottom lash line some of the times. I have not used it in any other way. A part of me wants to branch out and try it, but a part of me is a little too nervous. I think I may have maybe once done it as an outer corner, but that would have been forever ago, so I don't even remember. And I just never tend to want to really reach for that shade. It's definitely not like a first thought shade. I would like to continue to use it, but I don't know. I've been toying with the idea of using it 5 more times and then being done with it, or just rolling it out all together at this update, which is kind of what I'm leaning towards, just because I would like to get through some of the shades in this project that I have planned out, but at the same time, this shade has been in here since the beginning, so I think it's time. I think it's time to roll it out. I definitely don't use it very often, so it would probably just be a smart decision to make that choice and roll out Neptune. Warm Light, however, this is going to stay in. You can see there's a nice little dip going. I have no idea how close I am to pan. I have no idea how deep these pans are, but when I use this shade, I tend to use it on the inner corner, between the inner corner and the inner half. I spread it out somewhere in that area and then top things on top of it, especially if I have it in the actual inner corner. If you saw my Project Level Up update a couple of days ago, I was using Flyby from my level 2 palette, which was the Urban Decay Naked Honey palette, and I would put this in the inner corner, tap Flyby on top of it, and continue on with the look. I did enjoy that. That's probably how I'm going to continue to use this. I am going to keep this shade in, even though it's been in here for a while. I have been reaching for it almost on a daily basis lately, so I would like to actually hit pan in here. So I am going to keep this going, and I'm hoping I can do that by the next update, if not the next one for sure. So that would be like August, because it's what, already June? Yeah, so hopefully we can see some pan in this shade. Neptune will be rolled out, so I will roll something in later for that, but Warm Light is going to stay. Next on the list I have here of shades is the purple, and this is from my Glamlite Mikayla palette. And the shade that I had from here, I'm blanking on the name. It's Frisky, so I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it from there or not, but right here I have hit pan in that shade and I have not touched it since. So it's not the biggest amount of pan, but it is there, and that is more than enough for me. I was really going in and focusing on that shade for a while, wearing it to the extent of feeling like it was overpowering some of my looks. So once I hit pan on it, I was so happy to just kind of let it go, give it a break. I haven't looked back. I haven't even opened up that palette until now. So I am happy that I get to roll that shade out as well, but I'm also happy that it actually has a pan in it, and that's just one more pan in that palette, which is also why I kind of chose the palettes I did for this project, because I want to focus in on hitting pans on specific palettes. And I kind of knew that that would work with this project and Project Level Up and blah, blah, blah. So those are the 3 shades that came from the palette. This last bottom shade right here is my single, which I said gets rolled in and out every month. So that was rolled in back in, I believe, April was the last update. Now you would have seen the other few shades a couple of days ago. So this is the shade that I have swatched out. I have used this only a couple of times. I wore this, it was yesterday or the day before. I had it all over the lid, paired with other stuff, but it was just a little too light and bright for my liking. I didn't mind the look. Couldn't wear it for very long. I think if you watched my Project Level Up, one of those projects I had posted in the last few days, I kind of explained it a little bit. My eyelid was just not working out very well that day, so unfortunately I had to come off. But I have worn that on the inner corner and then just slightly added a little bit something lighter just to brighten it up a touch, because I do like it, but I feel like it was just, for some reason, needed a little bit extra, just because I think the shift in it is a little bit too deep in certain areas. So just to brighten it up a touch bit more, I added something else, but I will be rolling this one out as well. I did enjoy it, but it is time to move on. So out of these 4 shades, the only one that is staying is the yellow, which is warm light. The rest are being rolled out, which means I'm gonna have a brand new color story, and I'm so excited about it because yes, it's nice. I'm looking for my makeup wipe. Yes, it's nice to roll in a new single every month to kind of switch up the color story. But having the same one in here since January, I am tired and I am ready to move on. So I'm going to wipe this away in just a little bit. But what I'm going to do is, this is my list. I randomize through the letter, and then I go to the letter that is chosen, randomize how many shades there are, and that is how I select my shade. So I'm going to be randomizing 2 letters, and we're gonna see what I come up with. Nope. My phone wants to do this. All right, it's a little slow because it's old. The alphabet. Reset. Okay. So I have all of the letters here, and we are randomizing N and K. All right, so let's go find the letter N. I've already had Neptune, so that's one I'm going to be not including. So that's the very first one on the list, so that kind of makes it easier. It's right here. So I'm going to count the rest of them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I have to remember K. All right, so we are going to randomize 1 through 5 to see what the first shade is going to be. Number 2. Which is new beige from the Glamlite and Mikayla palette. So this bad boy is not going anywhere, and I will be reopening this up. We're not going to look at the shade just yet. I'm going to randomize the next one from the palette, and then I'm going to go get my singles. The letter K, there's only 2. And they're both from the same palette. They're both from the Lunar Beauty Life's a Drag palette, which is kind of funny because I still have it sitting here. But if you watch my Project Level Up, I rolled in the Lunar Beauty Nude Prism palette, and I had talked about that the only other Lunar Beauty palette I have is Life's a Drag. So now they're both going to be in here. And both of these, I think one is pink and one is blue. I could be wrong. So we're going to randomize 1 to 2 and see which number we get. This is still from the previous one. Number 1. Okay, I'm gonna go get those 2, well, the one palette's here. I'm gonna go get the one palette, I'm gonna go get my singles, and I will be right back. Okay, so I have the palettes, but I also have my massive Gimme Glow magnetic palette. So this is what it's looking like currently. I know I have others somewhere, but this is all that I'm going to be working on, and not even all of these. We are going to be looking at these first 3 rows, which there's 36 shades. And then I'm going to add these bottom ones here from Give Me Glow and Juvia's Place. Now, if I get one of these, if I don't want to work on it, I'm not going to work on it and I will just choose something else. But just to kind of make things easy, I will decide as I go. So there's 36 in the top 3 rows, then 38, 40, 2, 4, 6, 8. So there's 48 shades to choose from. Let's randomize and see what we come up with. Clear history. All right, I'm gonna put this down because I don't need a casualty happening. Be easier to roll as well. All right, so 1 through 48. Cross your fingers. What are we gonna get? 23, so it's in the first 2 rows. 24 is the fourth or the last shade on the top row, so we have a neutral. Okay, I'm not gonna complain though because it is what it is. We have a Sydney Grace shade called Iced Mocha. So I'm going to take that out. But I will just show you guys where it was. It was right here. So there's 12 on top. That would have made 24. That is 23 right there. Putting that away now. So we are going to be working on that shade. So what I'm actually going to do is just swap this out right now. Before I forget to later. I do have a few neutrals that I'm working on, but that's okay. That's okay. I might not get a whole lot of use on it, but that's okay as well. As long as there's some use, that's all that matters. Okay, so I'm going to swatch that one out last. I'm going to go back and re-swatch out Neptune, Warm Light, which is this bright orangey yellow shade here. Now, the next shade was called New Beige, which is from the Glamlite and Mikayla palette. I have no idea what shade that is or where it is, but we're going to get back into this one. New Beige. Oh, it's a purple. It's another purple. It's a different purple, but it's this one. So it's the shade right here, New Beige. Not what I was expecting. I swear, if I get the blue from the Life's a Drag palette, it's literally the exact same color story. So I had number 1, which is Kiki. You guys, it's the same color story. It's Kiki. Like, look, Kai was the pink one down here. I couldn't even get that. I had to get the exact same color story, just like different. Really? What are the chances of that after all this time? And then my neutral, boring shade for my single. Okay. Apparently this 2024 does not want me to work on anything other than these shades. So we're gonna pull through it. We're gonna see how it goes. Okay, I'm not giving up. We're gonna do it. It's gonna be okay. I just cannot believe that they're literally the exact same colors, just different shades of those colors. Well, this is where pulling in a single every single month comes in handy. But like, really? Of all of the colors, it has to be those 3 again. Okay. We're going to see how this month goes. By the next update, which I'm crossing my fingers I can keep up and be consistent again and whatnot. Work, I'm going to warn you right now, is going to get a little crazy again. I thought things settled. Didn't last very long. So we're going to try my best. But yeah, we're going to have to see how this one plays out. So with that being said, that is what I'm going to be working on for the next little while. My goal is obviously to hit pan and everything, but whether or not I actually do, I don't know, because these seem to be deep shades for the mattes in this Life's a Drag palette. It took me a little bit to hit pan in the shade Beat. So, and I've been working on these mattes. Like, I haven't worked on them for a long time, but you can see there's a good dip in Hunty there. Like, I was very consistent with these shades for quite a while, and I still don't have pan in them. Only one of them has a dip, so this may just be my 2024 color story and start again next year. We'll see how it goes. But thank you guys for sticking around, for watching. Let me know what you think. Yeah, that's what it is. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. I will see you guys all later. Bye.